Hi, welcome to my channel, Takayaki Tarot. Today is Friday, November 21st, 2025. Let me double check. Yeah, Friday, November 21st, 2025. It's hot. So before I get started, I want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If they resonate with you, gives you clarity, great. If it does not, then divorce it to be a story. So I'm going to go ahead and start pulling cards. And then we'll go from there, see what happens. I will try to make this reading quick. I always say that. But it doesn't always come out that way. All right. Alright, so give me 1 second. Okay. I had to like settle in. I'm gonna get 3. That's interesting. I'm like sweating. Already, this does not look good. Jeez. There's like a lack of gifts. Insight upright. I feel like this is going to be an interesting reading. I'm also getting the energy of someone being really like over the top, crossing the line, nosy. With this insight energy over here, I feel like somebody is really trying to like put their nose in somewhere it doesn't belong. And I feel like they're trying to do this physically because they can't do it any other method. Right? I feel like this person has a lack of gifts. Or there's just like a general lack of gifts. Like spiritual gifts. Like, I feel like there's a lot of people, not in the collective, that are lacking and like they're just lacking in that department. And I feel like it's because they're not like in tune with their spirituality. They're not in tune with their faith. They're not aligned. They're not listening. They're not paying attention. They're not following their gut, their intuition. I'm getting the word like corroded, which is corrosive. It's something that like it breaks down over time. It's usually like with metal, like rust is a corrosive, I believe. And after some time, like all that rust, it breaks the metal down, making it worthless, useless, very fragile, frail, easily breakable, things like that, right? I feel like there's people that are like, I don't know, they're lacking in something to the point where it's just like breaking down because it's not. So I'm also getting this thing where like shoes. And I don't know, I think it was like a video or something years ago. And there was this guy who like collected shoes and never wore them. And like one day when he decided to wear the shoes, as soon as like he went to like take a step in the shoes, it just broke down. The shoe I don't know, it just broke. Like the seams became unstitched. Like it just broke apart. I feel like there's something that's not being utilized or used. I don't think that's you. There are people that I'm getting this energy a lot in the past 2 weeks where people just kind of put things that they don't think it's necessary on the back burner, like empathy, emotions, imagination, faith, love, hope. A lot of people put those things on the back burner thinking that it's not necessary, it's not needed, it's not useful, it's not valuable. But a lot of those things are key elements for whatever is necessary to go forward, to move forward, right? So I feel like when those things aren't used, it's like it gets corroded. It starts to break down. You gotta. It's so like I'm getting. I don't know why. Like a door, like a really creaky door hinge, right? It's like every time you open it, it's creaking, it's creaking, it's creaking. But to make it stop, you gotta put a little WD-40, right? And it's not gonna solve the problem, right? Because you're going to have to keep doing the WD-40 after some time before the door handle or the door hinge or whatever is like, I don't know, moisturized and fixed to the point where it doesn't need it anymore. So my stomach hurts so bad right now. You got some people, or there's like this energy where people are just lacking in gifts, and it's like a muscle. I said this yesterday. It's like a muscle. You have to work on it. And the more you neglect it, the more work you're going to have to put into it when it comes time to use it. And when you start using it, you're not going to be able to use it till its full potential until you get it there. Right? So, in spirit, there are people that are lacking in spirit. I'm getting like spirit of the fruit. So it's kind of like they're kind of barren, spiritually barren. A lot of them are to the point of becoming barren spiritually. It's just, there's this show, what is it? It's, there's this cartoon, and in the episode, it was a little girl and her grandmother. I need a tissue. And the grandmother had a bike in the garage or something, and they wanted to use the bike. But the grandmother hadn't used the bike in so long that when they got the bike out, it rusted. And they had to like fix it and clean it and blah, 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 right? I don't know if the bike still broke apart because of how old it's been and that it hasn't been used. I feel like there are people that are kind of regretting not utilizing something because it wasn't like it wasn't cool, or they were taught it wasn't necessary. Come to find out, those are the most powerful, important things that you will ever have within you. A lot of those people could be in regret right now as well, but whatever. But I am getting this energy of like being overly like crossing the line, nosy. But this is someone that's doing this out here in the physical because they can't be nosy in the spiritual. We got distraction, reverse, and the survival up, right? So someone's definitely not distracted. Could be you. I've also been seeing a lot of foxes lately. Foxes and antelopes. So distraction, reverse, survival upright. So yeah, I feel like there's something that's happening right now. You're not distracted. This is a good time to not be distracted. This is a very important moment for you to not be distracted, because whatever is happening right now, whatever's about to go on, it's literally for your survival, for the benefit of your future, your generation, your children, your livelihood, your life. So it's really important right now that you pay attention to what's going on around you, because something is going to really essentially save your life, or save your career, save your reputation, save your future, save your gifts, save your faith, save you, save your light. It's just right now, it's really important for you to be paying attention, because it's kind of like your future depends on right now. And I feel like this is you. I feel like it's not a problem. You're not distracted by the task at hand, essentially. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. So what was I saying? Yeah. I feel like whoever's like really trying to cross the line, it could do with like your privacy, your personal information. I'm getting like HIPAA, maybe even going as far as to, I don't know, get like medical records or your medical history or something like that. I feel like this person is trying to do whatever they can to get some sort of like knowledge or information about you. I don't know. I feel like this person feels like it's because they're not getting something. I'm getting like blackmail or something. This person feels like it's just not fair that they're not getting something or they don't have something. I feel like it's something now. This person feels a real negative type of way, like animosity, because they don't have something right now. They don't have something right now. And you do, or you could be getting something. So I feel like this person is like really trying to like, whatever they're trying to do, it's like leaving a trace or like a paper trail or like, I don't know, you can like track it. And it has to do with like gaining insight on you, like personal information. But I'm getting like medical history for some reason. Like I feel like that's mad prevalent right now. Your medical history. They feel like they're gonna come up with something like, aha, gotcha. I told you. They're not who they say they are. Or this is who they really are. Whatever the case it is, they feel like they're, but if it's like, it has to do with, if like, I'm getting the word HIPAA, that means that they're doing something that they have no business doing, or finding out information that they have no business finding out. Like, it's not, like, no one, no way. This could be somebody that works or worked at a medical office, like a secretary or like a, you know, something like that, right? Usually a secretary, you get like, you're like, oh, okay, so you're calling for the appointment. Okay, what's your name, date of birth, blah, blah, blah. Who's your doctor? Okay, so how's this day, blah, blah, blah. And usually when you're calling in to make an appointment, okay, and what's the appointment for? What's the appointment about? So someone could have like, if it wasn't, I feel like someone who worked at a medical office, they're connected to someone who was like really fiending. I mean, like fiending, like a downright like, did you get information? Did you get information? Like that, like fiending for medical information about you. I think that's kind of like kooky, but to go that far, yeah. I also feel like whatever they came up with, it's either not valid because they had to like, it's like, you know, you're disrespecting HIPAA or whatever, or it's not anything that really like matters, anything that's really like, oh my god, right? Or anything that will like, I don't know, this person is just trying to figure out whatever they can to like, I don't know, they're just not happy. Because they don't have something you do, or they don't have something that you're gonna get or you're getting. You're on point with whatever this like whatever this is. You're on point. Like you get it. You know who's who, what's what. You know what's going on around you and the energy around you. And I feel like that's why you're moving accordingly. Like if you were distracted, you wouldn't catch on to what's going on, but you get what's going on. Like, this crow has to be, like, stealth mode because they know that if they pop their head up or if they make a noise, or this fox is going to hear them and eat them. This fox right here. I feel like it's this fox that's really trying to get information about you. I feel like if there was a person that worked at a doctor's office or whatever the case it is, I feel like that person was, like, coerced into getting information about you. By the person, by this fox energy. I feel like, so if there was someone that worked in a doctor's office or like a doctor's assistant or like, what is it, CNA? What is that? I feel like that's not real. CNA. No, Certified Nurse's Assistant. Yeah, that's a real thing. That exists, right? Whatever the case it is, somewhere where they were able to get information about you, but like seemingly innocent. I don't think this person is employed in that, I don't know, place at the moment, but I feel like this was something past tense. And you knew the person that worked there, and there was like a mutual party that knew you and knew the person there. I feel like the mutual party, like the Fox one, I guess, let's just call them the Fox. They were coercing the person that was employed at like a medical facility or medical whatever. They were coercing this person to get information about you. Oh, what does their file say? Just read inside their file. What does it say? Anyways, but whatever's going on, that's just an example. Whatever's going on, you understand what's going on, which is why you're moving accordingly. Alright? And I feel like because this person can't do much of anything in the spirit, now they have to compensate for their lack of knowledge in the physical. But now that comes with consequences, because now there's like breach of information, overcrossing boundaries, illegal surveillance, I don't know, gaining information that like you have no business knowing of, right? Like reading medical files or charts that you have no business doing, for the simple fact of like, how can I discredit this individual? How can I get what they're getting? How can I make it seem like they don't deserve what they're getting? For the simple fact that they don't have it and they're not getting it. If anything, this just, everything that they're doing is just proving to the divine why they're not getting it, why they don't have it, and why they're not going to have it. Alright? This person, I'm going to try and prove why they don't deserve it. You're just proving why you don't have it. You're proving why you're not getting it. Because you're trying to prove why someone else doesn't deserve it. That's not your business what someone else does or does not deserve. I feel like common sense is not so common, and that's so irritating to me. Because it's like don't you like, how do you not get it? What is it? What's not clicking in here? Like what's not, like, people be so immersed in the wrong things, right? And then by the time they get up, they lift their head up, all of these things are happening around them, and then they want to blame everybody else. I mean, have you not been paying attention to what's going on in your life? Like, what's going on? I don't understand. I feel like this person's way too immersed in doing this and trying to figure out things about you, and like, don't you have a life that you should be focused on? The collective does. I mean, I know this sounds mean, but sometimes it's just like, come on. People be so immersed in the wrong things, and then they wonder why. Why? That's not fair. Because you're proving exactly why. By the actions that you're doing right now, you're proving. And it's crazy because people who do things like this, they act like they're not being seen. That they're not, that they're slick and sly and low. No. Everything you do is being seen by the Most High God. Good and bad. Right? And I'm not saying I'm perfect, okay? But I'm saying that even light workers and healers and everybody, everything is, it doesn't go unnoticed, right? Just because you're not receiving consequences doesn't mean it's still not going unnoticed. It is. Alright? Oh, it is. It's all being, I'm laughing because I was going to say it's all being recorded, and as soon as I said that, in my mind, I saw a feather pen, right? Scribing and like papyrus. I just started laughing because I'm like, yeah, it's all being recorded, and as soon as I saw that, it was like, you know, so. It's like a white feather, very flowy. It's pretty though. We got the Ten of Pentacles up, right? So that could be why they're so iffy, all up in arms, all up. That's not fair, that's not fair, that's not fair. What do they got? What do they got? It's because you got this. You got the Ten of Pentacles. You got good health, you got generational wealth, you got luxury, comfort, stability, finances. And these are things that it's not just you. You have enough to share. You have enough to create a family. You want to have 3 babies? Go ahead, have 3 babies because you can afford it. You have the stability, the wealth, the financial assets, the energy. All right, you could do that. You could do that. You got it. So I feel like you're, you are operating accordingly, right? Because, I mean, this is the only thing that you're focused on. That's why none of this crap is, like, distracting you or getting you all up in arms or like, who said that? Who said that? What's going on over there? All this drama? What did they say? You don't care about none of that. That's not important to you. If it's not about your 10 of Pentacles, you're not focused on it. If it's not about your health, it's not. If it's not anything that you can learn from, it doesn't matter. If it's not anything that you can and gain inspiration from, it doesn't matter. If it's not anything that you can, work with, it doesn't matter. None of that shit matters. And you are aware of that, and that's all you're focused on. Your 10 of Pentacles. You have that. It's already yours. Right? It was already proclaimed yours in spirit. Now it's just about to be yours in it's already there physical, but you just have to like make your way to it. Alright? And you're doing that. Making my way downtown, walking fast. Alright, so that's what you're going towards, the 10 of Pentacles, because you have that. You have the authority to do that. This is something that's being given to you, like a blessing by the divine. Alright, this is what you've been working for. This is what, you got this. Okay, you have this fox energy over here that's trying to make sure that you don't get it. They're trying to like trap you or get you caught up or whatever the case it is. But again, you're operating accordingly because you already know that there's someone hovering around that's trying to make sure you don't get this. But it's not happening, okay? You already have a pathway. Look, this crow has an open pathway in front of them. And this fox is like, this fox is like looking where the crow once stepped. It's not looking directly at the crow. It's like, it has an idea of where the crow is, but it doesn't exactly know where the crow is, right? And I feel like there's something wrong with this fox's senses. So whoever this individual is, this person, this entity, it could be distorted feminine, distorted masculine. It's like they have an idea of where you're at or where you're going, but they don't exactly know. They can't exactly land eyes on you. I just seen 2222, all right? They can't exactly like pinpoint you. Pinpoint where you're going, your actions, your motives, your intentions, your this, your that. Also about your words. You could talk to this person, but there's something about your words that it's not clicking for them. All right? Because they're looking for something within your words that it's just not for them. All right? You know how like in movies, there's like an explorer and they spent their entire lives looking for something, like, I don't know, like an island or some shit like that, right? All their entire lives, right? A good 20, 30 years. And then, some other person, it takes them like 1 week to crack the code. And then, they're able to find the mysterious island or whatever the case it is, right? Because that person has the authority to do so. It's for them, all right? So this 10 of Pentacles is for you. Health, wealth, and everything in between. And you have enough to where if you want to have children, if you want to, you got children, they got children, you want to combine them together, you have, the means to maintain that. Okay? So this person over here that's trying to gain insight on you, they're just hating because they don't have the 10 of Pentacles. They don't really have much to build to get to the 10 of Pentacles. That's not your problem. That has nothing to do with you. I feel like I say that a lot, but it's because I need you to understand that the problems that people create for themselves have nothing to do with you. It is not your problem to fix. Now, if you're called, that's a whole different story. Okay? But you are not here to fix every single human on earth. That's impossible. And that's not what you're here for. Right? And not only that, but if these are problems that are created by people who just don't give a F, they just want what they want, when they want it, and they're mean, selfish, and miserable, that's even more so not your problem. All right? You gotta like use your discernment of like, it's gonna sound like it's cherry picking, but it kind of is. Like, are you gonna help that mean, nasty person who's constantly wishing you're on your downfall? You're gonna let them in your home knowing that they hate you, they want your downfall, one step move, and then they're gonna be taking everything that you have if they could? Or are you gonna help the individual that they want to just do good. They just need a little support, and then they'll be on their merry way, right? I feel like whoever this individual is, it's like someone that wants to stay attached or stuck to your energy, or like wants to siphon your energy. This is not someone who just wants to go on their merry way. I don't think they can do that. I don't know why. This person, they know that you have the Ten of Pentacles. They know, it's like they know you have something worth, valuable. They know you have it, but they don't know what it is. They don't know if it's jewels. They don't know if it's something earthly. They don't know what it is, but they know you have something valuable. They know, like they can feel it, but because their senses are kind of shot, they don't know exactly what it is, where you are, where you're going. It's something about their senses is like shot. It's not all there. I don't know what's going on with their senses, but it's not as refined as it used to be. And it could be because the more that they kept bothering you, the more it's just like, you're not using this the right way, so... I do think that somebody wanted you to be distracted so they wouldn't be... So you would be none the wiser when someone came in to try and take this Ten of Pentacles from you. Right? You'd be over here distracted, and then they'd be like a sneaky fox, like swipe or no swiping. But you caught them. You're like, swipe or no swiping. He's like, oh man, I thought I could take your Ten of Pentacles. Oh man, I guess I can't. Right? They can't. They don't even know. They can't distract you. Because I feel like the reason why they were distracted is because so you would like kind of leave something, oh my gosh, I don't know why, but this is the only example I'm getting, and it's not a good one because it's like a trigger warning. But I saw this video, and it was like this father, and he was holding his son's hand, and they were like in a busy train station or something, I don't know, subway station maybe, and he was also on the phone, and he was so distracted with the phone. Something happened where his priority showed, by the way, because something happened with the phone. He let go of his son's hand and started focusing more on the phone. And unfortunately, because he let go of his son's hand, his son got swiped. So, hold on. Sorry, I'm back. But the reason why I'm telling you that is because that just goes to show you, in the video, you can clearly see that the phone was his priority. It wasn't the safety of his child. He literally let go of his child's hand in the middle of, right? And the entire video, you can see that the man and the child, they were being hovered by two other men, which what I would assume would be traffickers or something like that. But they were being hovered. So that goes, the reason why I'm saying that is because it's something about priorities. I feel like you were supposed to be distracted from your priorities, and that would be taken away from you. Now, this could be like a job, an opportunity, a gift. For some of you, a child, God forbid, right? But I feel like that's not working. It never happened. It never happened. It's not working. It's kind of like redundant at this point because it's not, they're doing something that it's not taking effect. It's not anything. It's nothing. So, but if anything, that also goes to show like they're more focused on getting you distracted from your priorities than they are focused on their own priorities. Okay? Jeez, Four of Wands. I think this card kind of came out yesterday too. Or unless I split the deck and it came out. Anyways, so we got the Four of Wands that came out. So far we have Virgo energy and Aries energy. So I feel like this is someone, whoever this individual is, they're having trouble with their identity. They have like an unrest within themselves. And because of that, they don't have like anything, like there's no peace within them. They feel like there's nothing that they're celebrating. They're never comfortable. They're never okay. Usually the Four of Wands is like peace, celebrations, marriages, happiness, comfort, things like that, right? But whoever this person is, either this is the energy that is around them, or this is an energy that is inside of them. Always anxious, never comfortable, never peaceful. There's nothing for them to be happy about. There's nothing for them to celebrate and be joyful about. Very miserable. Now this could either be a Cancer, or this is just somebody who has no sense of self-identity. Like they don't know, they can't tell you the kind of person that they are. You ask them, who are you? They will tell you their name. Right? That's this person. And if you understand what I just said, then you understand exactly who this individual is. If you'll ask this person, who are you? They will give you their name. That's how lost and out of touch this person is. You are not your name. Okay? So, anyways, that's who this person is. And it's crazy because this person is so focused on trying to find out information about you, trying to know who you are, what you are. And they're really obsessed with your medical history as well. Like your medical, your health. They're really obsessed with that. I don't know if it's like the physical health of your body, or like your emotional state, your mental health. I don't know what it is, but they're really obsessed with your health. And it's funny because this Ten of Pentacles that you're focused on, that you have, that's Virgo energy. Virgos are all about health, right? And this card is upright, so I can only assume that your health is pretty good, okay? Aside from like maybe like a cold or flu or like allergies or whatever the case it is. But I feel like for the most part, overall, your health is in pretty good shape, right? And Virgos are really good with their health, right? They're really all about making sure that their vessel is good. What do we have? The Four of Swords? Or, oh my gosh. So you could be resting, or you are in need of some rest, but if the Four of Swords upright came out in my mind, I don't think that's a bad thing. I feel like that's good. You could just be you're not distracted by things that don't matter. You're resting when you need to rest, and you're working when you need to work, and you're moving accordingly. Because you have the Ten of Pentacles, and that's your focus on, which is good. You're getting there, and you're doing the work that's necessary. So the Four of Pentacles came out upright. That's Capricorn energy. I feel like for a lot of you, you're keeping things that are your business. You're keeping it to yourself. Like, you don't have to talk about your business. You don't have to. And I feel like that's really necessary. That's another thing that I wanted to mention. That's necessary in this energy, because right now it's kind of like crucial for you to kind of just like focus on what you need to be focused on and not be distracted on things that don't matter, because it's kind of like crucial for your survival at the moment, especially if the Ten of Pentacles is yours already, right? A lot of you could already be in this energy, but no one knows about it because you're not talking about it. And again, that's where this energy, this fox, is like, I know they have something. I just don't know what it is. Because the collective you're not talking about what you have, which is the Ten of Pentacles. But you have this energy, this fox energy, that's like, I know they have something. I don't know if it's like jewels, cars, clothes, money, love, this or that. They don't know. They know that you have something valuable. They know that you have something worthy, and they're trying to sniff it out, essentially. But their senses, they can't sniff it out because their senses are kind of shot. They're trying to sniff into your information, and that's where the divine is cutting them off, because it's like, you have no business knowing that. You're just being nosy in their business. You don't need to know that, so you're not going to know that. You're kind of cut off. But I feel like the more this person is getting into your territory, the more they lose their senses. But it's funny because if they were to get out of your energy, back away from your energy, separate from your energy, maybe even travel to the other side of town or the other side of the continent, right? They're going to notice the farther that they get away from you and your business and your energy, they will notice that their senses will be getting, it's like it will increase, right? They'll notice that things seem a little bit better. They might be having brighter days. I don't think they're going to understand that, though. I don't really think they're going to. The reason why things are so crap for this person right now, and there's such an unrest and unsatisfaction and just this big ball of, is because they're too into, and they're too invested in your life and your business and your information and your privacy and your, like, what you got going on, and that has nothing to do with them. And they're so, like, obsessed with us because you're not talking about it, and you don't have to. That's your right. You don't have to. You don't have to speak on anything you don't want to. And I feel like it really irritates this person, because if you're not talking about it, they're going to assume something. But when they assume something and then speak on those assumptions, they look like fools. And that pisses them off because, well, we assumed because why? Because the collective is not talking about it? That's your fault for assuming. Now you look like a fool because you went off of that assumption. So they need to know, like, direct facts about you, and they're not getting it, and they're getting, like, irritated and pissed off. Because going off of assumptions ain't cutting it anymore. And going off of assumptions will get you in trouble these days. Right? You can't just assume something about an individual because you see it or you suspect it or whatever. Unless it's fact, you better be prepared. You better be prepared, because whatever comes out of your mouth that is an assumption is going to have consequences. So I feel like that's one of the reasons why this person's so invested and so nosy, because they want to know facts. They need to know facts, and they will cross lines to get those facts. Absolutely they will. But they don't have the authority to do so. Right? Like, you're getting, like, dumb criminals. With this Four of Pentacles, that's Capricorn energy. It's so funny because I feel like Capricorns are really good with business, okay? But I feel like whatever you're working on, whatever your business is, whether it's like your own personal business or the job, it's just, you don't mind your business. Don't worry about my business. You got a whole business. Go worry about your business. It's funny. So far we got a lot of earth energy down here. And it's funny because I feel like this crow is kind of creeping and crawling on the ground. Got to make sure that this fox, you know. So you could be very, very grounded, or you could be heavily influenced by earth in your chart, or you are an earth sign, a Virgo or a Capricorn specifically. Or this is just, you just know how to. I think it was yesterday's reading where I talked about how someone in the collective is really good at utilizing the elements, right? Working with the elements, right? So if you're not an earth sign, you just really know how to, like, utilize the earth elements to, you know, help you with what you need to do, right? There are different seasons that are required for different elements, right? And people think that, oh, it's water, or it's I don't know, like winter. It's all about water or air. You know, sometimes in winter, what you need to be utilizing is that fire energy, right? How to stay warm, right? In the summer, you need to learn how to utilize that air energy, that cold energy, right? To keep yourself cool. In the spring, you got to learn how to utilize that earth energy. And people think it's water because it's always raining, but everything is all muddy and wet, and you got to make sure that you're not stepping in mud and sinking in the ground. So utilize that earth energy. Let me see, in the autumn, right, you got to learn how to utilize, I don't know, water energy to stay warm, because it'd be chilly out, right, from that cold bitter air. So you got to drink hot cocoa and hot cider, right? Keep yourself nice and warm with warm liquids and soups, right? You just got to know when to utilize the elements when it's necessary, right? That was just an example. That was just an example, all right? I mean, I feel like right now, even though we're in autumn, you're utilizing this earth energy right now. I don't know why my voice just shook like that. Sorry, I'm in the middle of a cold, so. But pushing through. So, also, no, I'll wait. I'm about to do this fun thing, but I'll wait. I think, very excited. I'm very excited. Alright, let me get a couple more and then I close the reading. I'll get about 3 more and then I close the reading. My nose is so itchy. Honestly, this could be a group of people that are ganging up together or banding up together to... Why are they getting that? Why are they getting that? Well, are you focused on what you're getting? No. That's why you're not getting what you want to get, because you're focused on what other people have on their plate. We have the the Knight of Pentacles upright that came out. You're taking your sweet time on something. Whatever it is, you're taking your time, and you can do that. Earth is also very, very slow. Earth is the only sign that you build it from the ground up, and you understand that it's going to take its time, but you understand that the end result is the Ten of Pentacles, or the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. You understand that. You understand that hard work does pay off, and you're willing to put in the work. And you have been, and you are, and you're going to, and this is what you're doing. You understand that you want the Ten of Pentacles, you're going to have to do this and do that, but stay focused, the task at hand, that Capricorn energy, busy, 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 work, 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 right? But you understand that's going to take time with the Knight of Pentacles here. It's going to take time. If you know that if this project that you want to do is going to take 3 years, but the end result of the project is going to be an amazing thing, you're going to do it. That's your energy. You could be very patient, very understanding on how time is essential, right? Quick cash is quick cash, but what you want is the Ten of Pentacles. That's long-lasting finances. That's like, it's kind of like it's better to have a job than to just have quick cash. Quick cash is like, oh, cool, I can make 20 bucks easy. Boom, boom, boom. But like a job is like you have income, long-lasting income, right? So whatever you're doing, it's not just quick. It's something that's, I'm getting like revenue. It's gaining revenue. All right. So it's something that it's going to take its time, and it's going to seem like it's, oh my God, it's taking forever. But, it's still progress, right? It's still doing what it's supposed to be doing, right? And the best thing about this all is that you're not going to burn yourself out, because you understand how important it is to take your time. So you're going to be able to, all right, so I've done my work for the day, now I can rest. Well, that's why I saw the Four of Swords upright. Now I can rest. I've done the work that I had to do today. That rest is worthy. It's justified. You earned that. You get up the next day, do what you got to do, right? So you're not burning yourself out. You're doing what you have to do. You're operating accordingly, right, to get what you want. None of this, all this other stuff doesn't matter. These people, these influences, this energy, all that chaos. Look at me, all this hoopla, drama, chaos, la 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 la, party. None of that matters. It's not conducive to your goals. It's not getting you what you want. So it's like that fast energy, that's not doing anything. What you want is this. This is the energy that you're in right now. You're taking your time, being respectable or being responsible. Right? There could also be something about your reputation. You could also have a good reputation, or you're being seen as someone that's like respectable because it's kind of like, wow, they're really doing it from the ground up. And that's seen as respectable because it's like, it's not something that's just handed to you. I'm getting like nepotism. It's not just like that. It's something where Pentacles are really about work, like physical work, that labor, right? Like that. You gotta really, okay? And it takes time. It takes time, right? It takes time. But it's worth it because you know for a fact this is what's waiting for you. This Ten of Pentacles. Happy family, big family, generational wealth, luxury, comfort. Your family's all good. Your family's your grandchildren are going to be set. Like everything's, that for a fact. It's right there. It's all yours. It's all right. It's there. But that's not something you're going to be telling people. That's not anyone else's business. All you're going to be doing is just going to keep working. You're going to keep doing what you got to do. Right? And They know that you have something valuable. They know it. They just can't put their finger on it. They can't sniff it out. They can't taste it. They can't see it. But they know you have something. Okay? But their senses are dulled. Jesus. This devil card has been coming out this week. Alright? And this is... Whoever this person is, their obsession is downright immoral. This is someone who's got a nasty, dark, twisted obsession with you. Not just you, but what you have. They're obsessed with what you have. Look, whoever this individual is, I'm telling you right now, with the amount of times this devil card has been coming out in my readings this week, and I feel like this person is still in the readings. This person has been coming out almost every single day in my readings this week. Their obsession with you is downright psychotic. It's not good. This is something that they can't, with the amount of lines that they're willing to cross and to like be nosy to find out information about you, it's that's why you're moving accordingly, because you know this fox, this devil energy. That's why. Keep things to yourself. Keep your information to yourself, your business to yourself. Move accordingly, because this person will do anything. Honestly, this could just be the devil himself, willing to just distract you from going towards what God has ordained for you, which is a Ten of Pentacles. This could literally just be the devil doing the most to tempt you, bring you back, push you back, steal, plot, ploy, right? That's what all the devil does, is steal, kill, and destroy. They want to steal this from you. They want to kill this from you. They want to destroy this from you. And you're like, not today, devil. I think it's time for you to go. That's why. I've been singing this song a lot lately. It's called Me and the Devil by Soap and Skin. That's a really good song. It's a really good song. I'll read you the lyrics. And I've been singing that song like at the top of my lungs like all week, right? I could very well just be the devil, like wanting you to not be in this energy, because it's a blessing from the Most High God, and the devil is the devil. They don't want to see people happy families, marriages, relationships, peace. The devil doesn't want that, right? And that's why you're just like, you gotta go. You're not welcome here, okay? You gotta. Okay, so the song goes, early this morning when you knocked upon my door, early this morning when you knocked upon my door, and I say, hello, Satan, I believe it is time to go. Me and the devil walking side by side. Me and the devil walking side by side. And I'm going to see my man until I get satisfied. See, you don't see why. And you would dog me around. See, don't see why. Say, don't see why. People dog me around. It must be that old evil spirit so deep down in your ground. You may bury my body down by the highway side. You may bury my body down by the highway side. So my old evil spirit can greyhound bust that ride. So my old evil spirit can greyhound bust that ride. For some of you, the person that is so obsessed with you, it could be an ex of yours. This could be an ex of yours that is just, I don't know, I feel like they want to prove so bad that, I don't know, you can't be happy without them, or there's no one better than them, or I think it's something with ego. Because wherever you're going with the Ten of Pentacles, that's guaranteeing like a wife or a husband, right? So if you're this masculine and you're going, this Ten of Pentacles is already for you, you have a wife there that you're going to make babies with. So this ex of yours could be like, I don't know, this could be, they could be obsessed with this, because it's like, if they're not getting it, who's getting it, and when, and why, and how, and are they better than me, and this and that. If this is a feminine, you're going into a Ten of Pentacles contract with a husband. You're going to make babies or have babies with them and fully supported and blah, blah, blah. And so you could have an ex that's like, is he better than me, and blah, blah, and it's a lot of stupid stuff. None of that matters to you. That's not important to you. So for a lot of you, this could be an ex of yours that's like really obsessed where you're going. Oh my God, the Chariot on the bottom of the deck. Was this not the bottom of the deck? This was the top. So the Chariot reversed on the bottom of the deck. So that's Cancer energy. So whoever this person is, they're not going to be able to do this anymore. Or I feel like they already got stopped doing something in the spiritual, so that all they have left is doing something in the physical. And because in the physical, there's a lot more obvious laws, right? Things that you can't do, like cameras, paper trails, things like that. It's gonna show. So whoever this person is, they're gonna get arrested by doing something too much. They're overdoing it. So could be a Cancer. You could be a Cancer, or this is just somebody that is like really obsessed because they feel like they're missing out on like a home with you. Now, remind you, this is someone who doesn't even know who they are, where they come from, or where they're gonna go, but they feel like they can do. They have like you don't even know who you are, and you're nosy on the wrong things. You need to be focused on yourself. You don't know who you are, and you're nosy on someone else's lives. I think you should put that energy into yourself. Figure out who you are instead of who the collective is, right? So we got Capricorn out here twice. So someone is also really obsessed with what you have. Yeah. This person is really obsessed with what you have. For some of you, it could be an ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend, ex-husband, ex-wife, ex-whatever. But they're obsessed with what you have. They know you have something, but they don't know what it is. They don't know what it is. And they're obsessed. And they're going to do whatever it takes to find out what it is that you have. And then by doing so, they're going to break laws. But they're so out of touch with their senses that they can't even hear their intuition saying, stop. Like, don't do this. So by the time, I don't even think they're going to realize it in time. They're going to get arrested or something. I'll get one more and I'll close the reading. Wow. The Five of Pentacles on the fence. It came out right below the Devil. That's Taurus energy. Yeah, I'm telling you right now. Taurus is the third house. I have. No, it's the second house. Gemini is the third house. Taurus is the second. Aries is the first. Aries is I am. Taurus is I have. This person is obsessed with what you have. They know you have something. They don't know what it is. They don't know where it is. But they're going crazy trying to find it. This person's obsessed with what you have. I feel like this person's trying to move towards you. And every time they move towards you, the closer they get towards you, something happens. Because they're not listening. They're not allowed to be around you. Being in your energy is like a no-go for them. Something is always happening to them. They always have something bad, always. And it's like, damn, when are you going to catch a break? Like, you want this person to catch a break so they can shut up about their complaints. They're always complaining about something bad. It's like, God, can you just please give them a break so they can shut up? And I hate to say like that, but that's who this individual is. That's what I'm saying. Like, with how nosy they are, you don't even know who you are, and you're nosy trying to figure out who the collective is. You should put that energy into yourself. Figure out why you're so nosy. Figure out why you are the way that you are. Right? And then you wouldn't have something to complain about every single day. This is an ex. I don't know if this is an ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, ex-husband, ex-wife, or an ex-friend. This is someone that you once had a relationship with that you're not in a relationship with anymore. And they just want to know what you got. They feel like knowing what you have is going to make them feel better. But in reality, it's going to actually make them feel worse. Because it's going to realize, I feel like for them, wow, 564, 456. It's just like, what are you going to do with that information? How's that information going to help you? Because it's still, you can't, right? That's not going to do anything for you. If anything, it's going to make them feel worse. The sun up, right? Yeah. I feel like that could just be it. You just have happiness. You're just happy. How do you have happiness? Where'd you get it from? Who gave it to you? Right? How are you satisfied? How are you fulfilled in life? How are you this? How do you have all that energy? They're obsessed. These are complete opposites. The sun upright and the devil upright. Two complete opposite energies. I'm telling you right now. You are in a whole different category by yourself. A whole different energy. A whole different frequency, vibration. This person is like the negatives of the negatives. And it could just very well be the devil that's trying to figure out how to get you to pull yourself away from this gift, this 10 of Pentacles. And you're just like, no, 5445. God gave me that. Why would I walk away from what God gave me? That's stupid. That doesn't make sense. And the devil's like, oh man, we failed again. How can we get her? How can we get him to walk away? And you're just like, no, literally not today, Satan. And Satan's like, oh man, foiled again, right? You're like, swiping or swiping. Oh man, I thought I had the collected again today. Oh man, right? Anyways, this is a reading. Bye.